The animal kingdom is a wild place, but when you think of violence, you probably think of lions and tigers and other big animals. Well, sometimes even the birds display their fair share of aggression. They aren't always like the ones in Disney movies, sweet and always singing. Sometimes they're even more violent than other animals. Today we're going to show you 35 of the most epic in-air battles to be recorded. Mother hen attacks eagle. This eagle no doubt saw the hen and its baby chicks and expected an easy target. Not so fast though. The mama hen wasn't going to let anyone come near her kids. It almost looks like she's scolding the eagle, who stands there stunned, feeling sorry for even trying anything. Eagle versus eagle fight. Today we learned that when eagles get mad and fight each other, they literally lock talons and try to pull the other one over. All that fighting over a fish, you think the one that came second would just go and grab a bite for itself to eat. There's gotta be enough fish in the sea for both these angry birds. Bird versus bat. These two flighty animals have it out for each other. The bird is much quicker and flies to and fro really fast. The bat, on the other hand, seems injured. It's having some trouble moving and seems like it's suffering, pushing itself forward with its wings that way. Not a fair fight at all. One hawk versus 5 magpies. This hawk is not here to play any games. Not only was it killing one magpie, but it did so despite 4 other magpies who were present and kept trying to take it on. How often do we see birds of prey demonstrate their sheer dominance over their prey? It was definitely outnumbered, and those figures should have meant total defeat, but you can tell that the magpies are still afraid of the hawk. They definitely don't want to end up like the other guy. Turkey dodges eagle. When you're as big as the turkey, you ordinarily wouldn't be scared of being eaten by another bird. But when you live close to certain birds of prey, nothing is guaranteed. This turkey was almost eagle dinner if not for its vigilance and agility. The turkey moved away at the exact second the eagle dived right in and reached it. No dinner for you today, buddy. Try again tomorrow. Eagle and snake. Right from the very start, you know this snake's lost this one. See the way the bird's literally got the reptile wrapped around its finger? Good luck getting out of that one. Looks like the battle's already been won, but by the eagle. Owl gets dive bombed. This owl was sitting on a tree branch, chilling, minding its own business. You know, typical owl stuff, and then bam! Out of nowhere, this hawk swoops in and dive bombs the owl. The owl doesn't seem the least bit surprised, looks for a second in the hawk's direction, and then it resumes its unbothered stance. Crows fighting hawk. Crows are ominous birds. Wherever you see them, it's either something is about to go down or it's probably already happening. In this clip, the crows were basically up to no good. But you gotta respect hawks after seeing this one. It just sits calmly there and lets the crows gather around and try and scare it. It knows their bark is worse than their bite, so it stands its ground. Just cleans itself while they try to make their presence felt. They were probably just jealous that the hawk had something to eat and they didn't. Prairie falcon knocks out Drake mallard. When this Drake mallard decided to take a nap while the rest of the brace retreated for safety, it had no idea death would come from the sky fast and hard. The falcon landed such a deadly swipe on the mallard it didn't even have a chance to escape. The falcon then hobbles back to claim its prize. It's a cold world out there. Bald eagle deals with home intruder. This bald eagle came home and found an intruder in its nest. An owl had somehow stumbled upon its nest and randomly decided to make itself at home. Of course, the eagle had to lash out. Anyone would be pissed if they found a stranger had entered their home like that. The eagle then proceeded to shoo the owl away by engulfing it in its huge wings. It never stood a chance. Hawk tries to grab dog. Home security cameras captured the moment that this family dog was chilling in the backyard. You can even see someone cleaning the pool. No one would have guessed what happened next. The dog suddenly gets almost grabbed and kidnapped by a random hawk making the rounds. The bird probably underestimated how big the dog actually was. Flying heron gets dive bombed. This heron was just flying over the water, making its round. Then an osprey nearby noticed and decided to disturb its peace. Eagle attacks chicken coop. In a desperate attempt to literally grab lunch, this eagle attacks a chicken coop even when it knows there will be humans around. The eagle got into a bit of a tussle with the chicken, but wasn't able to overcome it before the humans arrived and it had to flee. Better luck next time, Mr. Mighty Eagle. Bald eagle takes on red-tailed hawk. This bald eagle was flying, and then a red-tailed hawk decided to pick a fight with it. The eagle very smoothly flips itself and moves away from the enemy. Does it almost a little too perfectly, as if it was rehearsed. Still, it was pretty majestic to watch. Owl hates hawk. These two birds were found right in the middle of a fight. They both just sort of look at the camera, then with complete confusion on their faces. The owl makes a lot of noise. Maybe it's asking for help? They both are just lying there, and it looks like during their scuffle they sort of got stuck to each other. But from the looks of it, the owl was more grateful that the man intervened. Sparrowhawk fights magpie. Here we see two birds engaged in combat. They've got each other in a lock, and for now it seems like it could be anyone's fight. The sparrowhawk has the magpie pinned down, but the magpie isn't even close to giving up. Wait, no, it's dead. The sparrowhawk was literally eating it even before it really died. Rest in peace, Mr. Magpie. You put up a good fight. Sparrowhawk and starling. Look at this poor starling. There's no chance for this one now. Once the sparrowhawk got its claws into you, you're as good as dead. It's almost painful to see it crying out for help like that, knowing it's doomed. If there's anything that we've learned today, it's that sparrowhawks are not to be messed with under absolutely any circumstances. They will mess up anyone they want, and it won't be hard for them either. Mid-air eagle fight. Now that's a sight to behold. Two eagles battling for dominance while in flight. Then they lock talons and sort of spin around for a while. Then they let go and fly their separate ways. Then they came back together for another round, since there was no clear winner. Looks like they both exert equal force and then end up falling down together when they couldn't keep up. After emerging victorious, the winning duo makes a victory lap, but I have a question. What happened to the fish? Eagle attacks and takes down seagull in a golf course. This eagle is all riled up. It's clearly mad at the seagull and out for some vengeance. The eagle follows in hot pursuit, not giving up. Finally, its efforts pay off and the eagle gets its paws in, grabbing a hold of the seagull and bringing it down. You don't see things like this every day at the golf course. Hen protects babies from crow. Motherhood is indeed one of, if not the strongest instincts in just about every living thing on earth. Just ask this hen. When her babies were being threatened by a crow, no way was she going to sit around and let them be eaten. She chased the crow off savagely, making it regret its decision. The crow must be regretting ever setting foot on that enclosure. It's trapped with nowhere to go, but it's not going to fight for its life till someone gets it out of there. Eventually, they arrive at a truce with the crow lying in submission. Eagle grabs and attacks goat off cliff. This is as real and raw as it gets. The brutal food chain in action. It's tough not to feel sorry for the goat. That couldn't have been a decent way to go out, being dragged off a mountain and then turned into eagle dinner. Also, notice just how strong this eagle is, flying while holding an entire goat carcass in its talons. As if we needed more reasons to be scared of these big birds. Eagle fights baby warthog. This is a stealthy and experienced hunter in its element. The eagle held onto the baby warthog by its neck, and it spread its wings and created a makeshift cover around it to nicely shield it from any other potentially interested hungry animal views. Looks like someone doesn't want to share. Eagle fights sloth. You'd think that a sloth would be no match for an eagle, considering how slow and docile it is. Well, there's an exception to every rule, and here that's very much the case. Take a look at this sloth, letting out punches faster than the speed of lightning. Of course, the eagle had to back down and leave. That was nothing short of complete public humiliation. Lion annihilated by bird. Lions are usually on top of everything, but in this case, it seems as though no matter how hard this one tries, it just can't make a clean swipe and get its claws into the bird, who's just a little too fast every single time. Don't worry, lion, you'll get it next time. Eagle vs. crow. This eagle was sitting on the ledge, cleaning itself, and then out of thin air, the crow sees its chance and dive bombs the eagle, taking it down with it. It happens so fast you can barely even see it. Let's watch it in slow motion. This looks like the bird equivalent of getting mugged. The eagle, usually a very stealthy and excellent predator with great reflexes, somehow never saw that coming. The crow just had perfect timing. Kestrel vs. pigeon. Yes, this pigeon definitely never stood a chance against the kestrel. It's got totally pinned down and helpless. The chase between both birds came to an unfortunate premature end for the pigeon, but the kestrel will be satisfied with its catch. Two drongos. Here we see the two drongos go head-to-head in a heated battle. You almost can't even tell at first glance that there's two birds, it just looks like one. Then they fly off and chase each other for a bit before coming right back to where they started. Looks like they're an even match for each other. It could be anybody's fight at this point. We're gonna have to declare this a tie. Sparrowhawk gets absolutely owned. This sparrowhawk thought the jackdaw would be an easy target and went straight for it, without realizing that it wasn't all by itself. As soon as the crows arrived, the sparrowhawk was doomed and it ended up losing. Not to mention how badly outnumbered the bird is too. It's 3 against 1. Hardly fair, but nature's brutal like that. It's almost like watching a poor defenseless kid get picked on by 3 bullies. But the sparrowhawk was the one who started it, so it's a bit hard to feel sorry for it. Snake vs. eagle. Big bird versus snakes, a time-old rivalry. This time the eagle had the advantage of surprise on its side and used that to get ahead. The snake hid from the eagle under the water, but it eventually had to come out too, and by then it was too late. The eagle swooped in and grabbed it before the snake could possibly know what hit him. Hen vs. eagle. What could this eagle possibly have done to make the hen that angry? Hens can be extremely vicious when they want to be, and this eagle made the sad mistake of underestimating its opponent and losing pretty badly. The hen even walks in circles around it to taunt it. Yeah, that's gotta be humiliating for the eagle, getting owned by a chicken. The eagle will think twice before getting into any hole containing a hen and its chicks. Eagle vs. snake fight. It wasn't even hard for this eagle. All it had to do was step right up and claim the snake for itself. The snake, however, looks like it's just totally given up and accepted its fate. It doesn't even try to fight back. The eagle stares off into the distance, with one foot firmly holding the snake down, as if thinking to itself, wow, that was even easier than I thought. The eagle also looks like it doesn't know what to do, as if it didn't expect to get this far. Eagle vs. snake. Okay, so this isn't even really a fight. The eagle already won. It's got the snake by its neck, firmly in its talons, not even trying. The snake hisses and tries to fight back, but it's ultimately useless. The eagle then looks down at the snake, confused, probably thinking about what to do next. Bird vs. mouse. This bird can't stop picking on the poor little mouse. You can see the mouse just wants to get away and mind its own business, but the bird has other plans and just won't leave the poor thing alone. Maybe it thinks the rat's tail is a worm and is trying to get at that and not the mouse? Owl vs. wolf. Owls are incredibly agile hunters. They're not to be underestimated, especially when they have their babies to protect. Much like the motherly instinct in any other animal, they would fight to the death to keep their young ones safe. So when this owl saw that a wolf was drawing near, it went out and faced it head on, diving low and attacking it in quick swoops. The wolf was at an obvious disadvantage, not being able to fly. The owl returns and it can rest easy now, knowing its family is safe for the time being. Eagle vs. airplane. This golden eagle thinks the airplane is some sort of large animal, and so it must attack it and establish its dominance. So who's going to be the one to tell this eagle that the plane is in fact not an animal? Actually, maybe it's trying to land on it and get a free ride, saving itself the energy? Eagle kills seagull. Why are these eagles flying around so fast over the water? Oh, they must be hungry and searching for some game. When one of them grabs a hold of a dead seagull and tries to fly off, the rest follow closely behind, hoping to get a bite for themselves. But we must commend the seagull for ducking so well the first few times. Snake attacked heron. This poor heron is doomed from the very beginning. It's in the water and the snake's firmly got its fangs sunk into the bird. It tries to get away, but resisting it at this point is pretty useless. Maybe the heron does stand a chance and could get away if only the snake isn't a venomous one. The heron flails around and pecks at the snake with its long beak. But the snake is unaffected and its grip on the heron doesn't loosen at all. No, wait, the heron has got itself away and it goes to land. You can see the wound on the poor thing's wing where the snake bit down. Gray francolin takes on cock. We're used to seeing cocks battle each other for whatever reason, but this, much like some of the clips we've seen so far, isn't something you see every day. The cock seems all riled up, probably because it wanted to mate so badly, but the gray falcolin wouldn't let him concentrate and keep disturbing the lovebirds. So you'll understand the cock is not keen on ending the fight, which it eventually fled from at the end. Chicken. Seagull's balancing act. Rather than going at each other, the seagulls decided to have a balancing practice, or it could be some sort of training exercise to build their leg strength. We can't tell, but this is something we should see more of. Love among birds. Eagle takes down great blue heron. When this blue heron saw it was being chased by two hungry and mean eagles, it decided to run into the stream for safety, forgetting its foes could also swim. The now stranded heron knew its game was up and stood no chance against the eagle, mano a mano. The eagle made a meal of it and dragged it up to the shore to share with its mate. Sparrowhawk wrestles jackdaw in the streets. There have been instances where the sparrowhawk slugged it out with a jackdaw, and this time they're taking their wrestling match to the streets. The sparrowhawk has the jackdaw pinned with no way to get it off. The sparrowhawk keeps landing those body blows while the jackdaw tries to counterpunch. But when the sparrowhawk has its game pinned like that, we know it's lights out and game over. Gosling narrowly escapes sandhill crane attack. You know how bullies like to hit on smaller dudes? Well, this sandhill crane got a little frustrated with life and decided to pick on a little gosling by nearly ripping its head off with its pointy beak. Luckily, the gosling's parents were on hand to tell it never to try it again or end up in a body bag. Opportunistic bird steals goslings. In this next clip, the boss of the lake, the mute swan, doesn't want the geese raising their goslings on its side of the lake, so anytime it sees them, it chases them out of the water. Of course, the mother goose can easily flee, but the goslings can't. Therefore, they get separated from their mother. Unknowing to the mother goose, some hungry birds were waiting for the right time to steal her babies. Within a flash, the heron swoops in and steals the goslings. Not long after, a crow goes in and makes its pick. Finally, the seagull joins the baby goose stealing party. It must have been a gosling buffet for the birds out there. Peregrine chases pigeon. It's time to look to the skies for some mid-air action. This time, we've got a hot pursuit between a peregrine falcon and a pigeon in a life-and-death race. But the pigeon was too fast for the peregrine. You can now see how the person filming is finding it hard to keep up with the chase. Brave penguin dad saves the day. While this young penguin was out swimming, training to become a pro just like its parents, a giant petrel spots it just as it was getting a little carried away from the fun. The giant petrel zeroes in, causing penguin panic on the beach. The petrel grabs the young penguin by the base of its skull and aims to sever a vein there. The chick is overmatched and outnumbered, and chances of survival never look slimmer. But not on Dad's watch. They picked the wrong chick to prey on. Hero Penguin Dad wouldn't let them take its baby away without putting up a fight that could cost him his life. But he didn't care. He bravely steps in and saves the baby from the clutches of death. He also manages to land some brutal flipper slaps on the assailant. Thanks to Dad, the chick will live to swim another day. Robin Seagull strikes. Finally, we've got something to crack you up. This seagull has got to be the smoothest criminal in the bird kingdom. It simply walks into a store, makes away with a pack of Doritos. That's awesome, especially for a bird. Alright, well that's it for today. Leave a comment down below and let us know which of these fights was the craziest. Also, don't forget to like the video and subscribe to Forever Green and hit that bell icon for more. We'll see you in the next one.